Man, I swear to God, when it rains, it pours. And it seems that Blue Blood Sports TV has a personal vendetta against Gervonta Tank Davis. My boy goes out of his way to ridicule the man. Well, they say that the same thing about me, that I have a personal vendetta against Gervonta Tank Davis, and I really don't. I was claiming Tank Davis was the face of boxing when that contract came out that he signed up for a 7-fight deal with the PBC worth $240 million for 7 fights. Now, if that was true, then he would have been the face of boxing. And also, if that was true, each fight would have been guaranteed around $35 to $40 million guaranteed, because he signed a contract worth 7 fights worth $240 million. So if you just divide 240 by 7, you should get the number that should be guaranteed for a Tank Davis fight. And I remember this subscriber came into my comments yesterday and stated, where's all this energy for all the boxing entities like Golden Boy, Top Rank, Rematch Room, and all of the other entities? And I was like, well, none of these other entities are claiming that they are promoting the face of boxing, and Gervonta Tank Davis keeps saying that he is the face of boxing. And I just don't want to lie to the fans. That is a lie, because he's only getting paid $3 million guaranteed, and that is the reason that they're trying to push out the fight. At first I heard that he wanted $15 million, then he lowered it down to 12. So how is 15, if you times that by 7, that does not equal $240 million. So where's all this extra money coming from? Promoters, or they just giving it to him? What's up with that? But now in Tank Davis' defense, because I am very fair right here, Manny's Boxing World, and I do not believe that he is the face of boxing yet, and he does have all the ingredients to be the face of boxing. He just needs to beat Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez. Then I'm pretty sure his pay-per-view numbers are going to keep going up after each fight that he fights against the top level fighters. But if he doesn't do that, it's going to be pretty hard for him to become the face of boxing. Now look at Floyd Mayweather. It was over time when he became the top level fighter that he was. It wasn't like one fight got him to that pole. It was fight after fight after fight. Then after a while, then you can find nobodies. Then you can still sell a lot of pay-per-views, just like Canelo did, because Canelo is already tried and true. And on top of that, I do have to agree that Tank Davis is not the face of boxing yet, and he can be. Okay, we already agreed to that. Okay, but now I know he could beat everybody. There's nobody that can beat Tank Davis. I don't care who it is. I think Shakur Stevenson, that would be a boring fight. Teofimo Lopez and Gervonta Tank Davis is probably the fight to make. Devin Haney does not have the power to keep Tank Davis off. And Shakur Stevenson is not going to fight Tank Davis. He's going to wait for Tank Davis to engage. I believe that fight will be very boring because of the styles. Tank Davis tries to download his opponent, then he attacks. And Shakur Stevenson waits for you to attack first. So how's that fight going to play out? Shakur Stevenson is just going to be waiting for Tank Davis to attack, and Tank Davis is going to try to download Shakur Stevenson's movement, and the fight is not going to take place until Tank Davis dictates the fight to take place. So subscriber, I have nothing against Tank Davis. I think he beats everybody. That proves my point. I am a fan of Tank Davis, but to claim that you're the face of boxing and only getting paid $3 million guaranteed, that's not the face of boxing, because Shakur Stevenson gets that type of money. Devin Haney gets that type of money when he was with Eddie Hearn, and he was not that big at that time. So yeah, Gervonta Tank Davis is probably just capping on how many pay-per-view he sells. And I said this once and I'll say it again. The same usual suspects, the PBC writers, they are working really long and hard, to debunk this and try to make this a lie. But guess what, guys? It's true.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
And I swear, the news for Gervonta Tank Davis just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Lamont Roach just came out and stated that he was actually supposed to fight Tank Davis 2 years ago, and this was way before Lamont Roach was the champion, and Tank Davis was the actual person that was trying to push for the fight. Now, why was he trying to do that and he was not trying to fight Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney? And they were available, and they were both, all three of them were at 135 at the time, so he was not pressing to fight that. And I'm starting to think Tank Davis is kind of scared. Well, not really scared, but like there's something wrong with either him or his team or both. I don't know. I'm not them. Now, as we all know, Lamont Roach and Gervonta Tank Davis actually sparred in the amateurs twice, so they know each other pretty well. And this fight is not as bad as people think, because Gervonta Tank Davis is not a big guy, but he has a big punch. He could knock out anybody with one punch. And I heard that he hits harder than Deontay Wilder, because they had like this little machine where you could test your strength, and he hit harder than Deontay Wilder. Now the difference is that Deontay Wilder's punch is a lot bigger, so there's a lot more space to go around with the power. So the other one is probably a smaller, he's probably like the pound for pound punching power king. Gervonta Tank Davis is kind of like the Jaguar. He is the #1 pound for pound king with the bite force, more than a tiger and a lion is the Jaguar. So hey, guess what, guys? I ain't the biggest, I'm the baddest. Subscribe.
The champ is here.